Hi, my name is Michael. I'm an appraiser, investor, and broker, and today I'm going to talk about zoning and how that has a significant impact on value, whether you're an investor or you're somebody just looking to purchase a home to live in. And I have a story that illustrates this pretty well that happened recently in the neighborhood that I live in Seattle. And it had to do with upzoning to try to create more affordable housing and higher density. And a number of years back, they upzoned the neighborhood. And what that did was houses that were in poor condition or ready to be torn down saw a large increase in their value because now the developers will purchase that land and kind of bulldoze the property or get rid of the structure on it and develop it, and they would bid a lot for that land alone. And those houses that were ready to be torn down or in bad condition or even moderately bad condition were worth more than what they were prior to the zoning change. However, if there was a piece of land that had a structure on it that had improvements that were high dollars, so you have a large house, a large Craftsman or Cape Cod that was recently renovated, and it's a very nice home. You might have saw a decrease in value of your home because now you have large buildings that are going up, sometimes right next to your property on both sides, and the zoning might allow for less setbacks and buffers, and you have now less natural lighting. You might have street parking that has went away because of the density. You can't park next to your house, and people come to visit, you have to park blocks down. And then when you go to sell your house, potential buyers are just going to probably pay a little bit more for a house that's not zoned, it may be a few blocks away, that's not zoned high density, and get a similar house that doesn't have to deal with the obstruction of natural light, and people come visit them will have parking and this and that. And the way that they zone it, you could have that neighborhood or that area only a few blocks away, and it could be this line has high density, this line doesn't. So a lot of houses in this particular neighborhood saw an increase and a decrease in value after the zoning change. And a lot of investors were able to make money off of this too. And the reason is because if you're a savvy investor, and I encourage anybody to do this, whether they're an investor or just somebody who owns a home, to really look into the zoning codes, understand them, understand the rules and regulations of your property, know through looking online and checking the agenda of the municipality to see when they are proposing zoning changes and upzonings, get maps and data on what that looks like and if it's going to impact the properties or property that you have. And the story that I just said illustrates why that's important. And I'll show you something that, is happening actually just a couple of days ago. And I'll just show it to you online. It doesn't really impact me, but I'll show it to you here. They're looking like they're upzoning or allowing for a switch to neighborhood commercial in this particular area of Seattle. And what that would do is that would have the same impact as in the neighborhood that I live in. And it would say, hey, look, if you had a property that was zoned this particular zoning, but now you can put commercial use, your property might increase in value. Or if you have a structure that is going to be impacted by that, it might decrease in value. And if you're an investor looking to purchase a property, let's go back to the example of the neighborhood that I live in, and what happened there. If you're an investor, and a lot of investors did this, is they said, hey, look, let's buy some properties there that aren't necessarily not high structure value, meaning they might be small ramblers and might not be in the best condition, and just rent them out in the interim, in the time between the time they learned about the zoning change possibility and the time the zoning change gets enacted, And then once the zoning change gets enacted, let's sell it for this because it's going to be worth that then. And that's just an example of how a lot of investors make money off zoning, and those points kind of illustrate the impact of zoning, especially if you live in a city or on the outskirts of residential areas on the outskirts of the city, and the city is going through growth. Then zoning is going to play a huge role. Well, that kind of sums up what I wanted to talk about today with zoning and how important that is. I hope you guys were able to get something out of it and see how that is impactful. Like I said, it's going to impact people in metropolitan areas on the outskirts and residential areas that are on the growth more than places that may not have zoning changes often. But it's something that is extremely important. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos and tips and valuable information that you can use to invest or purchase real estate, or just arm yourself with knowledge on something that is going to be the largest investment that most people make in their lifetime. Thank you for watching.